What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So today's call is that this HE water softener is not using any salt. The salt hasn't moved in quite a while. So first thing I did is I popped the lid, and you can see in there that the water is all the way to the top, which it should not be. It should be about a quarter of the way down. If it's all the way to the top, that means the water softener is not creating any brine or any vacuum. Thus, it's not, drawing any of the salt out of here. So first thing I did was I verified that the water softener was in fact regenerating. I immediately eliminated that as an issue because I know that it is regenerating, but the salt level is still not going down. Now, since, from experience, I know that the pistons will need to be replaced because the water softener, again, is not creating any vacuum. So these are the pistons. That's the part number for the either the 1.25" or 1.5" valve body. All right, so first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna put it on bypass like I did here. And then you're gonna wanna do a manual regen so you can relieve the pressure from the head so that you basically don't get sprayed in the face or take an early shower, or however you wanna see it. So you're gonna go here, and then you're gonna go to manual mode number 2. And you're gonna push regen now. Then you're going to go down to number 6, diagnostics, and then you go down to number 5, motor control. Press the check mark, next cycle. And next cycle. Once again, next cycle. And one more. Now when it says moving motor, that means you're gonna it's moving into the home position. That's where you can start working on the water softener. There we go. Now keep in mind, guys, the biggest reason for this particular unit, the HE water softener, if the salt level doesn't go down and your water level is really high like it is here, and you check that it is regenerating, number one reason, it's going to be your pistons that need to be replaced. Typically it's a wear and tear part. It'll last you about maybe 6 years or so before they will need to be replaced. All right, so let's get started here. All right, so to remove this, you can remove this cover here. To remove this guy, there's a screw in there. You just stick your screwdriver. All right, it's not loose. You can pull this off to the side. And by the way, you may have noticed I'm trying a different kind of video this time. Instead of it being POV, I'm gonna put it here to the side. Let me know what you guys think. If you like the POV better, I can definitely do that. All right, now you're gonna have 6 screws to remove. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, sorry. On this one, it's only 4 screws. Some of them, the newer ones, have 6 screws. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm gonna try my hardest not to block the view. If I do, I apologize. It'll just be shortly. And the final one over here. And then when you loosen them, you can loosen them little by little, each one, so the plate comes off evenly. All right, I'm going to use my electric one. It's a little faster. All right, as you loosen everything with one hand, make sure you're holding the whole plate so it doesn't fall. And then you just grab the whole assembly and you put it face down like this on the top right here. And now you have clear access to all the pistons 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the brine piston there 7. All right, next you're going to go ahead and remove the pistons. I use needle nose pliers here. Just keep in mind when you do remove it, there's going to be some water. That's why I have a bucket. You can just catch the water. I tried my best to show you what I mean. So you remove this piston, first one, and there's water coming out of there. See that? That's why I have a bucket. Just kind of hold it. It's just residual water that's in the head. All right, I'm going to put you back down. The pistons you can just put off to the side. I'll remove the top one. That one doesn't have any water. Remove the next one. Basically just remove them all. And this is the small one here is the brine piston. All right, with all the pistons removed, you can take a rag, give it a quick wipe. Now over here, you're just gonna remove the spring and save the spring for the next pistons. The old pistons you can dispose of, so we'll keep the spring. Throw the pistons away. And then the brine piston, the difference is this spring is open on each sides, and the regular piston has a little slot here in the middle. So just make sure you're aware of that and don't confuse them. By the way, guys, just from experience, I know this angle here is not going to be very flattering on the belly, but I promise you, it's not that bad. All right, so here's a piston. Here's the slot here. You just snap it in place and make it as straight as possible. Grab the next piston, same thing. See, this one's a little bit crooked. I don't know if you can tell or not. You just flip it around the other way, and it is much straighter. So put it on the side that is the straightest. nice and straight like that. All right, real quick, if you notice, there's two different sizes on these pistons. Just make sure there's only one way that they can go in. Two of them are small like this, the rest are the bigger ones like this. It's pretty obvious once you're doing it. Take some grease. I'll turn the camera back this way. Alright guys, so take some grease here on the O-rings. Make them nice and lubed up. And then, as you can tell, this is the bigger hole, this is the smaller one. So the bigger one goes with its matching side here. Push it in, just like that for now. I'm going to show you a little trick in a little bit. Sorry guys, I keep forgetting. I know this blocks the angle, so I'm trying to lift my arm out of the way. There you go. Make sure you add plenty of grease, as these pistons are moving in and out of this valve body during the regeneration process, so you don't want it to be dry. That's what she said. Just kidding. Alright, so there we go. Now the smaller one, or the remaining two here. Now all we have left is the tiny little brine piston here. This has 3 O-rings. Make sure you lube them up. And then you can put the spring in it here. And then it just goes in that little hole right there. Okay, now the trick I was going to show you is if you push on the piston and there's no play on it, that's not where you want it. So you grab your little pliers, turn it a little, and now it has play. Check every single other one. This one doesn't have any play. So you turn it to the side. You can tell here it's got play. That one has play, it's good. This one does not. You grab the piston, turn it slightly to the right. Now you got play. You got play, and you got play. All right. Now that you verified all of them have, the play on it, that's how you want it. Give it a quick wipe. Then I'll show you how to put it back together. All right, so you're gonna grab your plate here. Again, keep everything face down so the screws don't fall out. And you're basically just gonna line up the screws. You can let this hang down, that's fine. And like I said, you just line up the screws. As soon as you can get one to thread in, There you go, one's threaded in, and then the rest should align as soon as you can get one of them to thread in. And then when you're tightening, same thing as when you were loosening, kind of do it evenly. Alright guys, if you're wondering about my little electric screwdriver, it's a Craftsman. I bought it at Home Depot. It really saves time, and it especially saves any pain on your forearm from constantly twisting. Highly recommend you get it. So now you just, with a regular screwdriver, you just kind of finish it off here. Make sure it's all the way tight. There you go, I'll show you. Everything here is perfectly aligned. So that's how you know you put it back correctly. Next is this guy here. You just kind of push through. There you go. Now it's in. And then this cover here will be next. Remember, there's a screw in there that holds it. Now the final one, tuck all the cables inside as neatly as you can, kind of line it up. And then remember, there is a screw that kind of holds this in place. This can be a bit tedious, but if you line everything up, I think it should be all right. Okay. So there's supposed to be a little screw here, but it's missing. That screw will hold it tight like that. So now it's put back together. If you disconnected the flow meter, make sure you connect it back on the flow wheel here, this little slot. There you go. Put your other cover back on. Alright, and that's it. You're all set. You take it off bypass. Open it slowly. Alright, now you can just set the unit to regenerate tonight by going right there, regenerate tonight. And that's it. Alright guys, let me know what you think of this new view. I know I usually do my videos in POV like I said earlier, but if you prefer the other way, or if you like this one, let me know in the comments. Also, just remember, biggest issue for this unit is if the salt level's all the way to the top and the water level's all the way to the top, it means it's not creating vacuum, and these pistons will need to be replaced in order for the system to start working again and you can have your soft water. Thanks for watching guys. Hopefully this video saved you a $200 service call fee from Culligan, which is ridiculous, I know. In return, all I ask is that you hit the subscribe button for more videos to come. Thanks.